let's see. Oh yeah, then then when I watch the second movie, it's like, all right, so you got Ursula's sister, and like Ursula's sister was like talking about the mom. So in the third movie, is the mom gonna be the villain?
Nope,
like,
just random maid.
Yeah, just this maid that's pretty much underwater Yzma.
Oh yeah, I think Doug Walker also said like this was the backstory for Ursula. Like she used to work with.
This should have been like Ursula.
Like I think it was brought up in the movie. She worked either with or for the king, but she wanted to steal power for herself, so she was banished and like transformed or whatever.
Yeah, like that's what they should have done, but no, it's just some other character.
Turns out it's like Ursula's long-lost second cousin once removed.
Yeah, or our college roommate. and then what even ticked me off more was like the villain's sidekick. Like, cause you look at the first movie, you got the Flotsam and Jetsam. Like those two were creepy. Like when they're like talking to Ursula, they have like the like unsettling voices. And, like, but there is something we could do. Ursula. Like, when I was a kid, I'm just like, I don't want to be with them. Like, and then the second movie, you got the shark guy that's, like, played by Clancy Brown. He's played a bit more comedically, but, it's a shark. Like, like, when you think of antagonists for, like, a Little Mermaid, like, a shark is like, a good idea. And what's in the third movie? Some like freaking manatee named Benjamin. Like, he's like not scary at the least, and it's like, I'm just like, who is this guy? Like, why did they pick Benjamin? Like, I'm just like, and he's like this like pudgy manatee that's like not a threat to anyone. I mean,
it's like Flounder, but manatee edition.
Exactly, or it's. Arrived.
Yeah, what even was the plot of the movie? Because I mean, like, what are the? Well, I know I said Footloose Mermaid Edition, but like, what are the finer details that really set it apart, Michael?
Well,
mermaids.
Yeah, mermaids.
Ariel's mom dies, so the dad's like, no more music, no more dancing.
And also, the dad's played by Jim Cummings. That's a difference. Because the original voice actor passed away before then.
The mom's a redhead, so we have no idea who inherited this. And I think
it's like Ariel's mom. What does she look like? Oh, just Ariel with like jawline or something.
Wasn't
just like completely different?
Aren't both parents redheads?
In the flashback, I think
it was
so.
I think it was like some kind of orangey reddish color for the father. But then, what about all the other daughters?
It was like the blonde one, the brunette one,
the one with the black hair. Like, was it like polygamy or like concubines? Like, how kings worked back then? They would have their queen, but then like 6 other women just to make sure they have a male heir.
There's like 7 daughters, right?
Yeah, one named after each sea, I think.
Yeah, it's like a Tenna. Adona.
Well, they all had A names.
Yeah, they all have A names. Because Aqua?
I guess so. I don't know. We need to watch the movie.
No, you don't.
Well, I meant like the original one, just to remember.
Oh, yeah.
We should do that sometime. Just sit down, watch the first movie, Melody movie, the second one, and then that prequel. By the way, going back to the topic of Footloose, why did the dad, like, hate dancing? Was it, like, just because the mom did, but then this priest, like, his wife died, but, like, the priest was also the mayor, and then Kevin Bacon is in there somewhere?
I actually have not seen Footloose, so I cannot tell you.
Well, I know the general premise.
It's I know the general premise, too, but I don't know the...
Kevin Bacon...
I don't know the, what's the word?
Details?
And the details are like the motivation. I know the only motivation I know is like Kevin Bacon's like, everyone should dance because dancing's fun.
And the dad's like, no sir.
It's like most unorthodox.
The orthodox level are most to steal Nostalgia Critic's joke. Now that I have my phone recording, do you want to repeat your rant on Frozen and Tarzan?
Oh yeah, because what the like, you know, the Reddit theory that was brought up was like, hey, they look similar. Like, what if the Frozen parents like survived, and like you know, then they went on and like that African, like the island,
vague African country.
Yeah, and they're just, and then they gave birth to Tarzan. So like, and like apparently the like head writer or someone was like, you know, I actually was thinking about that like when I was writing, but. And everyone's just like, oh, it's been confirmed. Elsa and Anna and Tarzan are siblings. I'm like, that's the stupidest thing I've ever heard in my life. Like, how could they be brother and sister if they live in different centuries? Like, you know, like in Frozen, what guns do they use? Crossbows and arrows. What do they use in Tarzan? Guns. Black powder guns. That's like what, 16th or 17th century? Yeah, and let's talk about how in Frozen, Mom's like, we'll be gone for 2 weeks. 2 weeks is not long enough to conceive a child. Like, unless they kept it a really big secret that there was no third baby. And like, which, considering Anna's all alone, I highly doubt.
As I said earlier, I think, like, she was just one of those moms who just didn't show much. Like, she...
Yeah. It's like she must have had really big hands. And just covered herself up. Like, be like, oh, there's no baby under here. Oh, didn't see the car. And then the boat, like you see in Frozen, like it's like a wood boat that like gets knocked over by a wave. What's in Tarzan? A steamboat that's on fire. How do you get more different than that? Like, unless there's some wormhole going on, like in the middle of the ocean that changes their clothing and boat.
And just general facial structure and everything.
Oh yeah,
and nationality.
And then a baby comes out of nowhere because wormhole.
Maybe that's how Elsa got her ice powers. It's because her parents are immortal shapeshifters.
I don't know. I always thought it was Maleficent, just like cursing another baby. Like, just like, you're not inviting me to your party. Ice powers.
Oh, by the way. Apparently there's this theory going around, like, not like a fan theory, but like an actual theory, that like not inviting someone to the king's party was like an actual insult in like medieval times.
I don't know that, but I know that Maleficent's so vain that she's just like, well, you think some like baby's better than me, that I'm not good enough to see your baby. Guess what? Curse here. Like,
then Maleficent somehow survived the whole stabbing thing.
Yeah. It's like, I never see a body.
There was a dragon body, but was there a human body? Maybe they were twins.
Or it's like in the Angelina Jolie movie, it's like the crow was the dragon the whole time. It's like yeah, right. Which that's a rant for another time. That Angelina Jolie movie. Who's the villain? You know the Nicely King. That's like that like only once got like a little upset with like that other king, but then they quickly made up. How about he's the villain? And he has the worst Scottish accent you've ever heard. He sounds like if David Tennant got
drunk, right?
Yeah, got drunk and like had a child with like Billy Boyd.
And then that intoxication passed down onto the child, and they just had this permanent speech impediment. I'm just going off on you. I haven't seen the movie, but
Oh yeah, and then then Cinderella. Apparently, no, not Cinderella. Aurora. Like, you know, she sees Maleficent. Like, and
she's like, "Mama!"
No, you're my fairy godmother, aren't you? It's like, oh sure, like the fairy evil fairy that like cursed you, and like yeah, like.
Well, she was a baby, so she didn't remember.
Yeah. Oh, and
you'd think they would at least warn her, like, hey, if some creepy lady with sharp cheekbones
with horns
and green skin tries to talk to you, please don't. Like, I know they couldn't tell her because they didn't want her to know about the curse.
Or, oh no, it's probably because, like, the three fairies in Maleficent are the three most incompetent babysitters you've ever seen. Like, literally, like a minute passes when they first get the baby to the hut, and like, you know, and they leave it and like trying to think, well, what would babies eat? And they go inside the freaking shack, completely leaving the baby alone. And then the crow just comes out of nowhere. It's like, well, I found the baby.
They found her.
Yeah, and then like you know, then like flash forward, like, you know, like 2-year-old Aurora, and is like walking around, like, and then she like almost walks off a cliff, and then like Maleficent's there like watching, and then she like catches the baby and like on Vine. It's like, oh, Maleficent's not that bad. It's like why?
Oh, see, it's comedic.
It's like she's right there. She could just stab her, turn into a dragon, and just burn her right there.
Impale her with the wand. She is a baby.
Oh, let's talk about Maleficent's motivation.
Wasn't it like her wings were like ripped off? Like she had like iron burned her, and then she fell in love with this prince as a child. But then the child like was the child prince.
Here's the thing. So little kid Aurora, she like gets a crush on this human boy named Stefan, which, you know, he later becomes king, and, you know, like, Stefan's like a servant to the king, and he's like, and then, you know, they're like having a relationship, and then the king was like trying to you know, pretty much take over where like Maleficent's forest was, but Maleficent's like, no, I'm not letting you do that. So the king's like, okay, I'm like, I don't have any heirs, so whoever kills Maleficent like gets to be the next king.
Instead of just having your own kid. Was that too much work?
He's like 80. So.
Okay, good point.
And so yeah, so Stefan's like, oh, I want to be king, so I'll drug Maleficent, like, but you know, I don't have the heart to kill her because I'm not such a bad guy, even though he turns into just a bad guy later. But
so yeah, like,
so he just cuts off her wings and shows them to the king, and he's just like,
I killed her.
Yes, I totally killed her, totally.
Yep.
It's like, well, you're here.
Yeah, I'm sure people are gonna love this, us screaming about Maleficent.
Oh yeah. So Maleficent's all angry, justifiably, like, you know, and she's like, and then she goes to, like, you know, she hears
Michael.
Yep.
I was gonna say I left my phone in the car, but then I remembered.
Oh yeah. Hey audience, do you know where my phone is back?
Let's turn this into the Dora Explorer.
Yeah, but let's see. Oh yeah, so she hears about the you know, that he gets coronated and that he has a kid. Like, she's just like, I know how to screw him over. And so she goes, oh, she doesn't send a curse, and she doesn't send a curse to him, like, or anything. She's like, I'm gonna curse your baby, who you clearly don't have any affection for.
Alright, so the king drops off the baby with the witches, right?
Or, well, the fairies.
The fairies.
If there were witches, like...
And that would make more sense.
That'd be a much more different movie. But... and as we talked about, like, you know, like, the fairies in this version are completely incompetent. Like, you know, cannot watch a child for a day, and let alone 16 years. Like, and the whole time, like, Stefan, like, he goes crazy, and he's all like, you know, and he's all like, I'm gonna kill Maleficent, and it's like, I don't care if my daughter dies. It's just like, yeah, the whole thing about, like, he's not such a bad guy, he didn't kill Maleficent. Guess what, now he's just a bad guy.
Oh, by the way, I remember I was looking up online, and apparently Maleficent having her wings cut off with the iron chains is supposed to be like a metaphor for like sexual assault. And
I don't know, yeah,
like she he drugged her and like took something that was important to her.
Yeah, you could say that, but you know, I'm sure like Angelina Jolie was like, you know, like I was trying to react that way, like you know, that sort of thing. But,
yeah, and apparently,
oh yeah, then.
Okay, one more thing about the movie. Apparently, from what I've heard, and by the way, this is something an 11-year-old boy told me when I was in 8th grade.
Yep.
So I have no idea if what he's saying is true or not. But apparently, in Maleficent, the movie, I mean,
Yep.
Turns out that the prince's kiss didn't work, but Maleficent's kiss did.
Oh yeah, because you know, Frozen was a big hit. So let's do the exact same thing. It'd be like, it's not romantic love, it's family love. It's like,
You say by
oh,
macking
yeah.
on the child.
It was on the forehead, so.
Okay, I was worried.
So no lesbianism in this movie. But. And so yeah. It's like, yeah. It's like, yeah, it's like, oh, it's a motherly love that saved her. It's like, oh yeah, the mother that cursed her. And it's
That
like,
didn't-
but she felt bad about it. It's like she's also a murderer, if you don't remember. Like she was like killing a whole bunch of guards. They were evil guards. No. Over here.
That way?
Oh, yep. But yeah, like motherly for how long have you known her? A day.
You once saw her as like a toddler, I think.
A baby, a toddler, then a teenager, and that's it. And somehow when she gets her wings back, her dress turns into leather pants. Oh, it's magic. Oh, did you bit?
You think you got done, or do you have any more fight left in you over that movie?
I could say that the ending sucked. Like if you remember the original Sleeping Beauty movie, like the ending to the climax, like the final fight in Sleeping Beauty was awesome. Like he's like flailing his sword around, like he's like running it, and it's like all like building. It's like, oh, this is so epic.
And then the crow's the dragon.
It's like, ah.
And then the crow turns out to be the dragon in Maleficent, right? That's what you said earlier.
Oh yeah, but he doesn't die because, you know, like, even though we're like lifting a dialogue from the original movie, this is completely different. Like, they didn't try using the dialogue like, oh, it's the same. It's like, it's totally like Wicked, because Wicked's a big thing. You know, that's,
Wicked and Maleficent turned out to be taking place in the same universe.
Yeah.
Green-skinned women who are outcasts from society. It's basically the same thing, just like how Lion King and Frozen are the same thing.
Yeah. Oh no,
The Hunger Games and Frozen are the same thing.
You cannot convince me that like, you know, like the board meeting for the Maleficent, like the pitch presentation was like, hey, you know that Wicked's a really popular thing, Frozen's a really popular thing, let's combine them and make it, like, who do we make it about? Maleficent. Like, we'll try to do that whole, like, oh, she wasn't a villain all the time, it was just circumstance, like from Wicked. And then we do the whole, it's not romantic love, it's family love from Frozen.
Hey Michael, you ready to defeat...
We'll make like $5 billion the budget, like
$5 million budget.
Well, we'll get $5 billion, like it'll be the most popular movie of all time.
Oh, by the way, you want to defeat all evil?
What is that?
High five.
Okay.
Yep, we just defeated all of evil because of family love.
So yeah. Remember, men are inconsequential. Like it's all about the women like in these Disney movies. Which that's really something.
Okay, that's been like a thing since Disney was first conceived. Because, okay, do you know the prince's name in Snow White?
Prince Charming, I guess.
But then there was the other Prince Charming in Cinderella. I don't know, I mean, considering how many, like... Okay, I know this is gonna sound stupid, but like a lot of stories do involve men, so like having one company.
Well, yeah, but
which just so happens to be the biggest company on the planet.
Oh yeah, but if you look at the past few like movies, like let's see how much do the male characters contribute? All right, you got Zootopia, where Nick was like helping a lot, and then let's see Moana. Like Moana was just Moana's doing like what like Maui. Like he was just flying around like in that final fight. You know, he helped out like in the middle, but at the ending not so much.
Well, I mean, in my defense, I mean, princess stories aren't exactly something boys would like to see. So they try to make it.
I
mean, like
contraire, I watched princess movies all the time when I was a kid. Like
I mean,
Cinderella, like, the mice were awesome. Like Sleeping Beauty, like the final fight was awesome. Like Aladdin, that movie's awesome.
I know, but that's more like
Little
a Prince
Mermaid,
movie.
Little Mermaid, like you know, like the animation's awesome. Like I pretty much watched that movie for the songs. Songs are awesome, and also just like if you rewatch it, like count how many times like characters are like completely in shadow and like you know just like not even like darker color, like I mean like completely shadow, and like how many times there's like a bright like and like their entire color scheme changes. Like yeah, that is an artsy movie. Like
wait, which one? Aladdin?
Little Mermaid.
Little Mermaid. This is if we talk some more about controversy, we're surely going to rack up the views.
So,
Thank you,
yeah.
Michael, for getting me new subscribers.
All women are not a gender; they're a property.
Quick, so something more controversial.
Disney's full of demons. Right here, let's run.
I really feel like an 18th century street urchin now.
So yeah, they're a street rat.
I need some like fingerless gloves and like maybe we can get Oliver Twist into this.
Yeah. Speaking of street rat, how come Jim Cummings is not in Disney movies anymore? Like Jim Cummings, he was in Aladdin, like he was in Beauty and the Beast, Lion King, like almost every movie after. Like up until like Princess and the Frog, like I think
maybe he retired or like his contract ended.
All right, contract ending probably, but yeah, but it's like Jim Cummings. He's like you look him up. He's like half the voice of your childhood. Like, you know, Winnie the Pooh, Darkwing Duck. Better be prepared for a lot of walking.
My legs are so ready. Attention, bell will ring without warning.
Yeah, how do you like those guys' costumes? Like, how much do you think they cost? Like $200, $300?
Worth it.
my approach is like minimum effort but with maximum results.
Yeah, there's always that like walk of shame whenever you like have to go from the park or wherever you park to the Comic-Con when you're in costume.
Oh yeah.
Just look straight ahead.
It's like no one's just pretend no one's looking. Let's see.
Because I do just have, oh my god.
Hey, you want a picture in front of the logo?
Absolutely.
Yeah. That's all I paid money to see. The logo.
Oh, it's the cosplay's not consent thing.
There's Krampus. What Krampus? My butt. Who's compromising calling Krampus?
When you sit on a wooden chair for like too long.
Yeah.
Lauren's on it too. Oh, hey, Michael. Remember, like, a year or two ago, someone actually got married? Like, at Rose City?
Oh, man, the best proposal story I've heard is when they got a photo op with Stan Lee. Like, you know, and, you know, the photo is the guy proposing to the girl. Like, with Stan Lee reacting just like, oh.
Alright, so how do we get in?
It's 10,
Michael, look!
It's
It's Bob the Builder!
Ooh.
Sorry, when?
Well, it's 10:03 right now, so pretty sure it should be opening. Well, here, let's go get some water.
Let's go with
I tell you now, your phone take a picture of my great cosplay.
Deadliest thing in the world to do!
No, but I just did.
Where are you guys gonna go?
Good chance to go. awesome. Okay, that joke is awesome. I want to.
Portland.
Yeah, which I'm pretty sure we are not in.
But wait. Now I remember, Mom said, like, okay, remember when I went to Portland with Caden a few weeks ago? Or like back in August?
I don't remember.
Oh, well, we arranged that and we were trying to work out the details for it.
Yep.
And I was thinking, oh, hey, what's the Lloyd Center? I've never been there. And Mom said, no, that's in the southeast corner of, the southeast corner of Portland. And that's like really crime ridden. I don't want you here. But we passed the Lloyd Center to here. Like, isn't Lloyd Center in that was where Comic-Con was hosted?
No, it's in the Portland Town Center.
Well, I remember passing it. So
I'm sure it's not stolen. It's just somewhere around here. So I'm just trying to remember. Like, here, let's go back. Let's see if this is the Macy's. Oh. Okay, yeah.
What?
We are in the wrong parking lot. So. Yeah, Macy's is right next door.
like, I want to go to the Temple Baptist Church to.
That's what we do. Is that where we baptize temples?
Maybe it's where we repent for our sins as Comic-Con attendees.
Oh yeah, which. Although you'd be surprised, like the first time I went to San Diego Comic-Con, there was actually protesters, like.
Really?
Oh yeah, because I think like wasn't there like some like really old law about like you can't like dress in costumes or something?
Does it count as like modifying your body?
I don't know, but.
Oh wait, no, maybe
But
it's like
I just
in,
remember like a bunch of people like with signs be like, repent, come to Jesus.
Oh yeah, I remember back at Wizard World in like January.
Yeah.
There actually was a guy in the front talking about repenting your sins for Jesus.
Mm-hmm. Let's see. Or maybe it's just some really desperate people.
Well, there's tattoo parlors at Comic-Con, so you know it's
So, yeah.
sinny. Very sin-worthy, not
Oh yeah,
sinny.
Satan's just he's always there. Like that, always at Comic-Con.
You think it's any surprise that they sell beer there?
Oof. You mean Satan's blood?
What next? Electric lettuce?
What's next? Women's suffrage?
Oh, you know what electric lettuce is?
Electric lettuce?
Yeah.
Never heard of it.
Slang term for marijuana.
I just call it the devil's lettuce.
I was gonna bring that up too. So you got the devil's blood, the devil's lettuce. What next do we need on the Satan sandwich? Maybe
Let's
like
see.
pork, cause like I think there are some passages in the Bible that say don't eat pork. Yeah, we need like okay, so we have bacon, lettuce. Then we have a glass of blood. Screw it, it's the bacon salad of Satanism.